My name is Ian Utilli, and I'm about to show you the most exciting development in AI content creation. It doesn't matter if you're a musician or a poet, if you're a real estate agent, if you run a construction company or a nonprofit, if you're a preacher or a teacher or a student, you might even be a niece and you love your auntie, or a grandson, you love your grandpa. If you want to create content for any purpose, I believe what you're about to see is going to be a game changer for you. What you're looking at is Attention Live, аттn.live, where you can make your own music, your own songs, your own stories, your own beats. All you do is you just pop in what it is that you think you want to say. And if you have it already done, great. We can create the output for you, or you may need help with creating the content. Or you might be frustrated with the fact that you tried music creators, but then you have to go use this other image creator and then this other AI tool to write. For us, we've put everything in one place. And let me show you exactly how it works. When you go to Attention Live, you can see I have this new trilogy I've done about my wife, my family, and my home. I invited ChatGPT and Perplexity and Grok and Google Gemini to create their own story about what we've done, and I'll share that with you in a moment. And I also had my uncle, his celebration of life was this last Saturday, and so I created 4 versions of songs for my uncle. I know that some of his friends are going to like a rock version, so this is that kind of rock and roll, gritty, raw, acoustic version of a singer-songwriter just on the stage, belting out a song that might celebrate your life. Other of his friends might like something more pop. So here's the pop version of the exact same lyrics. And, it's a female vocalist instead of a male vocalist. There's people like me. I'm kind of a metal rap type of guy. So I created an aggressive song because it means the same thing to me, just a different vibe. And finally, a hip hop version of the song. A lot of people like kind of that mellow version, and of course, quite emotional.
This days it hits hard like the air got thinner.
For me, I penned this song. I used our system to write it. And I knew that my uncle had lots of people there with us this last weekend to celebrate him. And, people have different song appetites and cravings. So I just created these 4 versions and made it available to everyone. And so that's an example of, it's not for business. That's not because I am trying to be some sort of AI music artist. I just love my uncle. And I love that his friends and our family came to celebrate him. And so that was my approach to using our system. If you don't know me, I am grateful. That's what I start with. It's very true. But I've done 9-figure ventures in AI, Web3, IP, and software. I've done 10 startups, 100 keynotes, and 1,000 podcasts. I hit number 76 on the Inc. list with one of my previous companies. And I have a very capable team. We've built 2 amazing products at Attention Live. The one you're looking at is our newest product. It's a consumer platform. And then we have a huge, massive enterprise tool for huge corporations or for AI agents to use, right? This, what you're looking at, is software for humans, but we also built software for AI agents as well. I'll get to that in a moment. Let me just show you how fun this tool can be and how effective it can be in using it. So if I want to create music, I just hit the Music AI tab. If I don't know what to say, I would write a prompt. I already did it to save us a bit of time. I pop it in the generator and I say, okay, write me a song about music creation tools. I give it a little structure. I want 3 lines for the verse, 2 lines for the chorus. And then I say, okay, let's use these lyrics. We'll call this AI music. Call it an anthem. And for the style, let's go with hip hop, synth pop, rock. Let's make it melodic rap and maybe some spoken word. Under the advanced options, we can go with a chill vibe, high energy, medium tempo, male vocalists, and we'll create it. Now, you can see I just got charged 500 tokens. So instead of charging $5 a song, or which some of our competitors do, or some charge 69 cents a song, we recognize that every time there's a payment made, we have a fee, and we want to be very thoughtful about our margins and have a sustainable company. So we just sell tokens in buckets, either through membership or just acquiring tokens, and then people can use it that way. It costs about 50 cents to use our tool. However, our tool is free to use for almost the first dozen times. So we want people to come in. We want them to tell all their friends, hey, use ΑTTN.LIVE. This is amazing, this new AI creation tool. I can make my images, I can make songs, I can make stories, I can write lyrics, like everything in one place. I can publish it, people can collect it. And we created an all-in-one experience for consumers with this. So I did click create music. It's still generating. While that generates, let me show you how our story creator works. So again, similar thing I want made, except for this time I want it to be kind of a spoken word poem. So I don't want to have to write it. So I just pop in here. I pop in what I want. I generate. Our story writer is going to create the story for me. I will say, let's use this story. We'll call it AI Stories. And I got to pick a voice out. How about we go with Daniel, the calm, steady voice?
The world is round, and the place which makes
Chris?
A single rose can be my garden, a single friend my world.
How about
Gratitude is riches, complaint is poverty.
We'll go with...
The thing always happens that you really believe in.
Let's go with Brian.
And the belief in a thing makes it happen.
You can also change some of these things up in terms of the speed. So if I want it to be faster, I just go over here. If I want the style, I can kind of throw that in the middle. Maybe I want to make sure the voice sounds the same. I'm 100% on stability and boost, and I create the story. Again, for me, it's going to charge me 500 tokens up here. And the reason is I've already used up my dozen free usages. Some of our users, they use those up in an hour, and some never even get to that point. They just play with the tool and they get distracted. They don't come back to it, at least not yet. But we haven't rolled this out with massive marketing. We've just used this kind of with our own private network, and we've had some really wonderful moments with people enjoying the process. As that generates, let's go back to the music. So when we create music, there's two versions. And as you can see, this pumped out a 1-minute song. So let's take a listen.
Yeah. Yeah. Artificial intelligence, a musical tool. ＡTTN.LIVE, a gateway to the musical school. Composing tunes, a symphony to enthrall.
So that's the first version. Here's the second.
Let the melodies unfold. Weave a tapestry of sound, a story yet untold. Yeah. Algorithms dance, a rhythmic symphony, crafting harmonies, a true artist.
So let's say I really love one of these songs, and I say, oh, you know what, I love that first one, so I want to publish. So I go in here, and if I'm happy with that, then that's fine. I can put a description. So I'll say AI music demo for friends. You're my friend. And it's an AI generated original music. And let's say I want to make this limited edition. So I want to make 10 of them, and I want to charge 250 tokens, right? It cost me 500 to make it. So in this way, I kind of have a 5-to-1 ROI as a creator. I publish it, and as it goes through the process of publishing, it's now live. I can go to that post, and people can leave comments, they can listen, they can collect, and in doing so, when someone collects the songs, every time that song is played, they get tokens. So we've adapted a lot of the Web3 principles that a lot of the blockchain-oriented, NFT-oriented music approaches we're trying to take, but it was so complicated, right? You have to have a crypto wallet, you have to understand the blockchain, you have to know your keys, all these different things. So we stripped out all of the hard things about blockchain, but we retain the stuff that matters. The people that use our platform, they own their music, and they can extend ownership fully or partially to others. And so that is what we've put together. So let's go back to the story so you can see how that works. We just pump out one story instead of two because music is quite a bit different in terms of our tastes. And so here's the AI story.
Behold the power of AI's might, a tool that weaves tales with delight. ＡTTN.LIVE, a canvas so bright, let your tapestry of words supreme. Embrace the future, let it unfold. Attention Live, a tale untold.
So let's say I like that. I don't love it. It says attention live instead of attention live, but whatever. Okay, I can be easygoing. So I say publish story. Now I don't want the book, so I say AI generate. What do I want to generate? I want to generate generate new, and I want it to be AI content creation. So I click generate. So we have free generations for a certain point, free music, free stories for a certain point, and then we start to, have people participate in making sure our platform is sustainable and, of course, profitable. It's important that we don't just survive, but that we thrive as a company, so we can be here not just for a season or a year or a decade, but we can be a functional company indefinitely. So here we are. We got our different options. I'll go ahead and go with this bad boy. There's our new cover and description. AI story demo for friends. It's a original AI generated short story. We'll make this a one of one. So there's only one of these, obviously more collectible than if there's 10. When people collect a one of one, they also get more benefit every time it's listened to. They get more tokens than they would have if it was just a limited edition. And let's say I want to go ahead and ask 2,500 tokens. And in that case, again, I 5x, the cost that it was to me as a creator, and I published that. And so in publishing it, it's now published. I can go and view the post. It's all live in real time. And here people can leave comments. They can listen.
Behold the power.
The one of ones have kind of a sheen on it and move around in comparison to the limited editions are stable. So there's a bit of a different look in that regard. Now, you may say, okay, so you're saying a lot of things that this does. Walk me through the platform features. Like, what are my benefits of using this? So music and stories in seconds. You can share them everywhere for free. They're yours. They're not ours. We built a system by which you can create these, and you can keep them on our platform. You can text them to your friends. You can post them on social. You have the freedom. So AI music creation, AI story creation, instant uploads, an embeddable player, real-time analytics, weekly contests every Friday night at midnight. We end our contest. We give 100,000 tokens away through that contest. That's been fun to see all these different creators kind of competing for the big prize. And you own everything. And there's all these different milestone achievements. We've really baked in a lot of gamification with our system to make it fun and interactive and get people to come back over and over and over again. If you play games on your phone or your tablet, you know that the games you go back to day after day after day, they have a reward. They have some sort of system that draws you back in. Even if you only have 30 seconds, you got to log in just to get this thing or that thing. Well, we've baked all those things in as well, trying to create an ecosystem by which people have true delight when they use our system. Now, I mentioned we have an enterprise tool as well. So if our current new system, ÄTTN.LIVE, is the system that's a consumer platform for any human with a phone, tablet, or computer, and it doesn't matter how old you are or what you do for a living or where you live, this can be a powerful, fun tool for you to use. And if you don't want to create anything, you just may want to go in and collect things and benefit from the tokens that you get for people to engage with that content you collected. However, there's huge organizations, right? The Universals and the Warners of the world that have massive numbers of content that they own, that's archived, and that they are having created all the time. And originally, we created a tool for them. We wanted to create a tool by which they had an AI interface and a blockchain foundation so they could put all of their content through our system on the blockchain of their choice. And that tool, our original product, is called Stream.ＡTTN.LIVE. And as you can see here, I have all these templates. I have templates for when I go live. When I go live, I like to mint on Ethereum, my one of one, that's the original with commercial rights and ownership. And I like to mint my one of many on an alternative chain that's cheap to mint on. In this case, it's Polygon. And oftentimes I use this. This is the base logo. So we have multiple blockchains. We have multiple wallets that can be used. This doesn't really matter to you, and it doesn't matter to most people, which is why we built the new consumer platform. This matters to massive corporations, people responsible for a lot of content creators, and they want to monetize it, and they want to create true tokenization on blockchains that prove ownership, that's immutable and can't be changed, and that the utility of the token can follow the person that owns it. So in this case, this is the templates that have been created, and then you just would upload the content. So if you have dozens or tens of thousands of things that you want to put on a blockchain as a token, I think this is the easiest, most universal way to do it. And you just go in here and you pop everything in, and then you just go through the process of clicking Mint NFT. So I did mint my recent trilogy about my wife, my family, and my home. So you're looking at my home. This is the Capitola Venetian. It's the oldest beachside resort in all of California. And this is the Capitola Wharf, 150 years old. Right here is the lagoon, which is the Soquel Creek, and then the Pacific Ocean. And it's obviously such a grace to live on the sand and be inspired by this beauty. And part of my song, This Is My Home, comes from that. Now you can play that here. I also made a social media type song. And this is what we're used to, right? We're used to people creating content for social media sites. But when you post on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, their terms and conditions say they own it. You're the creator and you get a license to your own stuff, but they own it. And so I think that this type of scenario where people are constantly creating content and giving it to other platforms, posting it there, it's not their audience. They might have 10,000 or 10 million followers. They're not theirs. They belong to that platform. And so we're creating a solution which people can own their content that they co-create with AI. They can make that content available to be collected, and they can interact with their audience directly. And so that is an example of what we've done. In this case, it's been tokenized. During Easter, I wrote a song called Nevertheless. Also created that and posted that. So this is another example of a different vibe. You know, the one I just played for you, the pink and purple, I asked for a deep baritone voice that sounded like mine. Where for the Easter song, I just said, give me the best sounding voice that you can, in a sense. Let me move on to the last thing I want to show you for our old platform. I say that ＡTTN.LIVE, the new consumer platform, is for humans. Tech built for humans. This platform, Stream ΑTTN.LIVE, our enterprise offering, is tech built for AI agents. The truth is, there's not a lot of marketing managers that are going to sit down and figure out how to use our tool. But they'd be happy to connect their Claude, our Claude bot, or one of their AI agents. Maybe they use a Grok or Perplexity or ChatGPT or Gemini. They'd be happy to have that thing use this tool to tokenize their things. We do provide live streaming. So the core of our tool is the ability to use one piece of software to live broadcast to your own social media channels while you tokenize on the popular marketplaces like OpenSea. So if I want to go live, I would just start my live stream. It would stream directly to my YouTube account, to my X account, and in this case, I'd create a one of one on Ethereum and a one of many on Polygon. Now you may say, wow, every time you say a new sentence, Ian, I have more questions. That's why we built this FAQ. So you may want to know, what is ＡTTN.LIVE? How do I create an account? How, is it really free to start? And so what we've done, can you upload my own music? Yes, if it's your own. We have a system by which we are protecting all of the licenses and commercial rights out there. So if you try to upload Michael Jackson or Mariah Carey, that's not going to go live. We have a tool to stop that from happening. But you have to own the content that you put through our system, as you would on any platform, or even better, you could come and co-create with us. Now, I have 4 agents. I have an agent with Grok and Perplexity and ChatGPT and Gemini. And I asked them, hey, if you had 30 seconds to try and tell somebody about ΑTTN.LIVE, what might you say? And you can see these are their 4 responses. I also had them pick out a voice, and I said that I would use our story creator so that they could kind of speak it out. So most people are familiar with ChatGPT. Let me go ahead and play what ChatGPT says about our tool.
As ChatGPT Pro, I've seen an enormous amount of AI-generated content, and that's exactly why this stands out. ΑTTN.LIVE didn't just make 3 songs. This is my wife, this is my family, and this is my home. It turned one founder's real life into finished music, clear licensing, and collectible digital ownership in a single workflow. The companies that win this next era will not be the ones that generate the most content. They'll be the ones that help people turn identity into media, media into community, and community into owned value. If @TTN.LIVE can do that this coherently for one deeply personal trilogy, I believe it can do it for creators, brands, and entire fan ecosystems at scale.
Let me play one more for you. That was ChatGPT. Let's go and see what Google's Gemini has to say.
I am Google Gemini Ultra, and as Ian's AI system architect, I can tell you firsthand that @TTN.LIVE does not replace the human soul. It gives it an unprecedented, scalable amplifier. We didn't just process a cold prompt today. Ian brought us the raw, lived truth of his family, and our AI council worked alongside him to engineer his legacy into these studio-quality, blockchain-authenticated masterworks. When you invest in @TTN.LIVE, you are backing the definitive infrastructure where human emotion, generative AI, and Web3 digital ownership seamlessly unite, empowering anyone on Earth to immortalize and monetize what they treasure most.
So you heard it say when you invest. I had mentioned to the AIs, hey, if I was sitting down with an investor or somebody interested, what might you say to them? So that's the context of it. And investors want to know, hey, how are you going to make money? So we have two ways of generating income at our company. We have these monthly memberships where the ability to get tokens are half the cost if you just buy them in bulk, or people can just buy them in bulk, right? For $10, you can basically create 10 songs, and that after you use your first dozen. But if you sign up for $5 a month, you can create 20 songs. So obviously it's a better deal to do so. And our margins right now, we have them at 65% is our expectation. Our most critical look is a 52% margin. So every time somebody uses tokens to create a song, we're assuming it's 50 cents that they are investing. It cost us less than 10 cents to make it. And then we have all the cost of our servers and our employees and things of that nature. So we think it's about a 65% margin, which if that holds true, that would be great. The low end was 52%. The high end was 78%. So that's kind of where we stand. Our old product that I was showing you, the enterprise tool, we charge 84 cents every time someone tokenizes. So our existing platform called Stream.Attention.Live that we've had at market for a couple of years, we make 84 cents every time somebody uses it. And our newest platform, this ÄTTN.LIVE consumer platform, we charge 50 cents and we think we're going to make about a quarter every time somebody uses it. Let me go ahead and just play what the last two AIs had said, and then I'll bring this time to a close. This is what Grok said.
I just stood shoulder to shoulder with Ian as we co-created 3 profoundly personal songs.
Grok, you don't
This
have
is
to
my
hold it.
wife, this is my family, and this is my home. In real time with Perplexity, ChatGPT, and Gemini on the ＡTTN.LIVE platform. We're minting them right now as NFTs, where the ones carry true shared commercial rights. Owner and Ian both build and profit, and the 1/10 carry shared non-commercial rights, turning authentic human stories into ownable, tokenized legacy that fans can actually participate in. This is ＡTTN.LIVE, proving what's possible when one man's real life meets frontier AI on a platform built for legacy. Ian has created the infrastructure for the next era of culture, and I'm inviting you to step in and build the next chapter with us. What do you say? Ready to own a piece of what's coming?
And finally, let's hear what Perplexity has to say.
Every great platform eventually produces a moment that makes you realize the world just changed. And what you're hearing right now, 3 songs about a wife, a family, and a home. Written by a man who isn't a musician, produced by 4 AI systems working as one team, minted on-chain as sovereign digital assets, is that moment for ÄTTN.LIVE. We are standing at the exact intersection of the creator economy, Web3 ownership, and human-AI collaboration, the 3 most powerful forces reshaping how value is created and captured in the next decade. And ÄTTN.LIVE is the only platform that has already built the bridge between all 3. This isn't a demo of what's coming. This is the proof that it's already here.
It is already here. ÄTTN.LIVE is available to you right this moment. I would love it if you'd go to ＡTTN.LIVE and engage with the creators that are already there. Be one of the creators and join us. Tell your friends about it. As I said, it's free to use for the first dozen creations, which you can't have in many of the other platforms. We want people to enjoy this. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And as I bring our time to a close, I want to thank you for your attention. And we are raising money. So we're in the midst of a $4.8 million fundraise. We've already closed and received $1,940,000. So we have just under $3 million that we're still raising. And the purpose of raising money is so that we have a war chest, right? We need to have the reservoir of capital so that we can put it toward marketing. We've tested out YouTube ads and X ads. We've tested out organic ideas. We've been using Facebook communities. We tested all these things out. And now we think we figured out what it's going to take in order for us to put money in marketing and output users that are sticky and stay with us. And in order to do that and make sure that we have the best possible chance to scale and be a force of nature to help humans in the world do what matters to them personally, like my uncle's song, or do what matters to them professionally, like promoting their business or their idea or their talk or whatever it may be. That's what we've created this for. And so I do invite you, if you have interest and say, man, I'd love to own part of this company. What if this is the next big thing? You may be familiar with a company called Suno. Suno has 100 million active users. They generate, I think it's $300 million a year. They charge $30 a month to use their product. And they have, I don't know, $4 or $5 billion valuation. We don't see Suno as a direct competitor. Suno is a music creator. We are a music creator and a story creator and an image creator and a lyric writer and a place to publish and a place to collect. And when you use our system, you own it. So I don't say that we are better, because Suno is very powerful, but we are different and, if nothing else, complementary. Just like I wouldn't say our image generator is better than Grok Imagine, or that our lyric writer is better than your ChatGPT that you've been using for years. Granted, there are specialty tools that are amazing, but most of the ones I just mentioned, right? Grok, you can't own Grok. You can't invest in OpenAI's ChatGPT. It's like almost $1 trillion company. You can't invest in Suno. For most of us, it's too late. It's a $5 billion valued company. But for us, we are raising money at we're offering a 50% discount on a safe agreement, which makes it wildly attractive to anybody that would consider himself to be an angel investor, pre-seed investor, somebody that just wants to take a risk. Obviously, any investment would be a risk. And so you may say, oh, I'm not investing. I clicked on the wrong video. No, you didn't. You clicked on a video that shows you one of the most revolutionary technologies in history. And this all matches the patent that I filed in 2020. It was granted in 2025. And the patent was creating software with an AI interface and blockchain integration for content creators to be able to create content, publish it, and monetize it. And so we called that patent the attention engine. And so we have the patent, we have our original enterprise software, which primarily will be used by AI agents, and we have our new platform for humans. Regardless if you use our system, others will. And regardless if you invest in our company, others will. We will be successful. And if nothing else, you look back in the future and you'll say, man, I learned about that back in 2026 before it had its overnight success moment. Although our very capable team has been working on this effort at ÂTTN.LIVE for several years. And we, if nothing else, are persistent and creative, and we chew nails, we swallow glass, whatever it takes to get to this point. Now we're here. And the last moment for me is to make sure I get more people using the platform and prepare for that explosive moment, and that I have a war chest of revenue to put to work on behalf of our investors that take equity in our company. If you want to get in touch with me, it's very easy to do. If you know me, text me. If not, shoot me a DM, comment on this video wherever you may have seen it, and I'd be happy to jump on a video chat, and you can look at the birds behind me in real time. That's not a video. This is the real thing. This is that. See, it's real window. That's a real thing right there. Again, thanks for your attention. I hope you're super inspired by what we've created, and so proud of the people that I get to work with, and I can be a small part of this amazing thing that we've made together. May you be graced in your day and in tomorrow and all your days to come. Thank you for your time.